When we think of ancient Sparta, we often imagine fierce male warriors, known for their strength and discipline. But what if I told you that the women of Sparta were just as powerful, just as important, and in many ways the true warriors of Spartan society? Welcome to the untold story of Spartan women, strong, independent, and unlike any other women in ancient Greece. Stay with us as we dive into their unique role in one of history's most feared military cultures. In the world of ancient Greece, women had few rights and were expected to stay at home, hidden away. But not in Sparta. Here women were raised with a purpose. From birth, Spartan girls were trained to be strong physically and mentally. They ran, wrestled, and participated in athletic competitions alongside the boys, preparing for their role in Spartan society. But why such emphasis on strength for women? In Sparta, strength was everything. They believed that strong women would give birth to strong warriors, and Spartan women were expected to raise sons who would one day fight for the state. They were the first line of defense in creating a powerful nation. While women in other Greek city-states lived lives of seclusion, Spartan women were remarkably independent. They owned property, controlled wealth, and could inherit land rights unheard of elsewhere in Greece. They were not only respected but feared by men for their wit, their influence, and their fierce willpower. Spartan women had a say in how the family's wealth was managed and could even divorce their husbands without stigma. This level of equality shocked the rest of Greece. When the famous philosopher Aristotle visited Sparta, he complained that the women here rule over the men, but for the Spartans, it made perfect sense. In a society where men were constantly at war, women were entrusted with the survival of the home and the state itself. They were not just wives, they were the backbone of Spartan civilization. Spartan women were not just mothers, they were mothers of warriors. From a young age, they taught their sons to be brave, to endure pain, and to fear nothing. In Sparta, a mother's greatest pride was her son's courage in battle. They didn't coddle their children because they knew that Spartan boys would one day join the agoge, the brutal military training that would shape them into warriors. But the strength of Spartan women was not only physical, it was emotional. They were expected to show no weakness, even when sending their sons off to war. Spartan mothers would famously hand their sons their shields and say, "Come back with your shield or on it." This wasn't a metaphor. It was a command: return victorious or die fighting. It's a testament to their strength that they did this without shedding a tear. Spartan women were famous throughout Greece for their physical prowess. They competed in foot races, javelin throwing, and wrestling, and their athleticism was celebrated just as much as the men's. This wasn't just for show, it was part of the Spartan belief that a strong body leads to a strong mind. When the Spartan men were away on campaign, it was the women who defended the homeland. They were trained in tactics, knew how to manage resources, and could defend their homes if needed. This wasn't a society that saw women as helpless. They were expected to contribute to the survival of Sparta in every way possible. Spartan women also played a critical role in maintaining order. They managed the household, the estate, and the slaves while the men were gone. They had to ensure that Sparta's economy kept running smoothly, even in the absence of its soldiers. In many ways, the women of Sparta were the real defenders of the state. They kept the wheels of Sparta turning when the men were off fighting. The story of Spartan women has been largely forgotten, overshadowed by the exploits of their male counterparts. But in truth, they were just as much a part of Sparta's greatness as the men who fought in its wars. Spartan women were powerful, educated, and independent. They were warriors in their own way, ensuring the survival of Sparta not just through bloodshed, but through discipline, strength, and sheer willpower. Their legacy lives on, not only in the ruins of Sparta, but in the stories of female strength throughout history. They were ahead of their time, living in a world that demanded equality long before it was even a concept. Spartan women were the true warriors of ancient Greece, not because they fought on the battlefield, but because they fought every day to uphold the values of their society. Their strength, courage, and independence are timeless. If you enjoyed this untold story of Spartan women, make sure to subscribe to our channel and join us for more stories of forgotten heroes and unsung legends.